common catch cry in church these days is that parents are the primary influencers and have responsibility for their child's faith formation. But what does it look like to support and empower parents to do just that? We know from both formal research and observed experience that the family or household is the primary faith community for all ages. Well, that's because home is the space where we are most open and who we truly are is seen. It's where the choices we make about submitting to the reign of Jesus in every aspect of our lives are lived out. Children who continue in lifelong faith generally either come from homes where faith is modelled or have close relationships with spiritual mums and dads within the church. Yet all too often, the way we do ministry appears to take on both the tasks and the responsibility for children's spiritual development. So what would it look like if instead of putting all our energy into creating great programs, we spent a greater portion of our time empowering parents to disciple their own children in their homes? Are there some ideas out there that might be helpful? Many parents lack confidence in nurturing the spirituality of their children. So much of child raising is outsourced to professionals, from the obvious like education in many cases to the extracurricular like music, sport and art. And given that parents themselves who follow Jesus want to see that for their kids, sometimes they can be worried they'll get it wrong. And so best to make sure the specialists help my kids follow Jesus. But a great place for us to start getting tools to raise children with faith into the hands of parents. Research resources you think could be of benefit to them. Suggest books, websites, articles that may help them nurture faith in their children. You could recommend Bibles, devotionals and apps that they can use with their kids at home. Facilitate parenting courses such as the Parenting Children course or Toolbox Parenting at your church. You can find a range of resources to begin with on our website, baptistcfm.org.au. Look for ways to boost parents' confidence in this. Molong Baptist worked together with a local community agency to run a parenting course for families who are connecting with their church through playtime. They've also been running a What's in the Bible DVD and dinner with families exploring the Bible together. Maybe chat to those responsible for the teaching of adults at your church and suggest the value of a sermon or two on faith at home at some point. In addition to teaching and resourcing parents for nurturing faith in the home, you can also structure your church's services, events and rhythms in a way that supports families. For example, regardless of whether your services are for all ages or whether you have age-specific programs, from time to time it's helpful to have teaching series which span all ages. See, when we structure our series so that adults and kids are being engaged around the same themes and topics, opportunities for faith conversations in the home emerge in a natural way. The kids ministry team at Nawi have an annual rhythm. In first term, the whole church looks at the same series together. They look at the passage in different ways, but the themes are the same, increasing conversation and connection at home. Second term is an Old Testament theme, third term a New Testament letter, and fourth term looks at a gospel. But if there are any opportunities for that to line up with what the adults are doing, now we take them, seeing the benefit of families looking at the same things from the Bible. Think about how you can make special events meaningful too. How can you make baby dedications a significant time to speak into the lives of families? Are there camps or events that families can attend together? How can you include parents in key rites of passage with their children? When parents are meaningfully included in these important moments, it gives them a far greater sense of ownership of their children's spiritual formation.
Effective in family ministry is reaching the families when they're just about to do baby dedication. This is a time in a family's life where they are just waiting and looking around for all the tools and wanting to be resourced in their parenting. And so being able to explain to them the importance of raising their kids in a home of faith from this time is really powerful. So use this time to minister to them in groups or one-on-one and disciple them in ways that they can can implement strategies in the home so that their kids know about Jesus every single day of the week, not just on Sundays.
A third way you can involve parents is to see them as partners in kids ministry. Ask what's going on in their kids' lives. What are some of the big God questions their kids are asking right now or seem to be interested in? Also make the effort to communicate clearly and often with the parents about what is happening in their kids' program. Some churches organise take-home sheets, while others send home conversation starters prior to exploring a topic in the kids' ministry discussions. This model of sending it home early helps parents take the lead for discipleship, with the church coming in as support. Another beneficial thing to do is frequently seek feedback from parents. Talk with them, hear their experiences and ask for their input, inviting them to the ministry planning meetings to pray and shape with you what ministry with children at your church could look like. They know their kids best and can provide helpful insight when they're invited. Inviting them to speak into the kids' ministry also creates buy-in from the parents. They're more willing to partner with you when they feel they are included and valued. We believe that households are the primary faith communities. But sometimes the way that we spend our time and energy communicates something quite different. You see, if we're saying parents have primary responsibility for nurturing faith in their children, then our actions should say that too. We need to be careful not to inadvertently send the message that the church is primarily responsible for the discipleship of children. See, what does it say when kids are never with their parents during our worship services? What does it say when parents don't know what is being explored in our kids' programs? What does it say when we take the Bible and do all the engagement and only involve parents in order to have enough leaders or helpers in our programs? What does it say when we never ask about faith at home or offer encouragement or acknowledge that parents really do have far more influence than they may realise? Have a think about how you can free up some time to genuinely empower, support and partner with parents in your church community. This is what children need more than anything else for their faith journey.